Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Distancing, Plague Winds of Ravenloft.
You're really proud of that title. I can super tell.
I so am, because
yeah,
good lord.
I'm here for it. I
Dude,
really am.
You're literally here for it. And actually, you're not here for it.
Oh my god, I'm here for it too.
Oh, we're not here.
We're not.
Who knows?
What is space? What is,
I've very much learned what it is.
I can't wait for the Penguins of Ravenloft. That's what I want to play next.
Fair. Well, this is where a bunch of us internet people stuck at home in quarantine play Dungeons and Dragons, raising money for direct relief for COVID-19. Link in the description. More on that in a little bit. Before we hop into today's session, there's a few things I want to discuss. It's the first session, so it's going to be a little more discussion than usual up front, but I promise in future sessions we'll get to the nitty-gritty much quicker than this. But as I said before, this is a charity campaign. We're all doing our best to stay home, maintain social distancing, doing our part as civilians to flatten the curve and prevent further contamination. We're raising money with a goal of $10,000 by the end of the campaign. So not this session, the end of the whole campaign. And this whole thing I'm hoping is going to span maybe 4 to 6 sessions. But then again, as we've all learned, this is all very unpredictable. This could be less, this could be more. So who knows? But yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of it. We figured while everyone's kind of stuck at home in quarantine, looking for more content to watch, we could play some D&D for you guys and raise money for this cause that's obviously affecting everybody. So like I said, could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months, who knows? But like I said, there is a link down in the description. If it's not there, you might just want to refresh the page, and it'll take you over to the Tiltify where you can donate. And as you can see on this, there is a tracker. We're at $1,100 already after like just starting, which is great. So we're more than 10% of the way there. So thank you guys. So with that, I would like you all to meet my lovely cast. So let's go ahead and do some introductions, not character introductions, just introduce yourselves to the people and tell them what you do really quick. And let's start with you, Hunter.
What's up? Hey, I'm Hunter, also known as Dookie Shed on various internet platforms. I'm a YouTuber who is on a very long break, but will be coming back very shortly. So if you want to, it's Dookie Shed on everything. If you want to, see what my deal is. But that's my deal.
Ooh, and can we popcorn rules to who goes next? You want to popcorn it?
I love it.
How does that work?
What is that? Yeah.
You say
popcorn and then a name, and then it goes to the next person.
Oh, popcorn, yeah. Dan.
Oh, you're muted still.
He's muted.
Mike muted. Where's the mic muted emote?
I was being so good. Hi, my name is Dan.
Too good.
I'm a musician out here in Los Angeles. I have a band called Boy Hero. We do original music covers, all of this stuff, and I stream sometimes. And you can find me at the Dan Rudd on everything. Popcorn Brett.
Hi everyone. I'm Brett Ultimus. I'm a streamer on twitch.tv/Brett Ultimus. I stream pretty much a variety of anything and everything. Right now I'm on a big Animal Crossing kick because I need some wholesomeness in my life. You can find me essentially at everything with at Brett Ultimus, Popcorn, Octo.
Hi, what's up? I'm Octo. You can find me at AOL keyword OCTOPIMP. I'm an exclusive Neopet streamer. If anybody out there is looking for a rainbow paintbrush, I am selling it for 7 million Neo points. So please hit me up anytime. Check me out. Yeah. And then wait, do I go popcorn back to Nate?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nate.
Hi.
It's cursed.
I'm Nate. Nothing I say will be funnier than that. So it doesn't matter what I do.
Just be genuine. Be yourself.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. So with all that out of the way, do we want to play some Dungeons and/or Dragons?
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, if you don't want to, we don't have to.
I mean,
What's the language? What can
I
I?
got
What am
nothing
I
else
allowed
going
to
on,
Can we say the swear words? What's the rating? What's
Yeah,
the,
you can. Oh, yeah, we might say fuck sometimes. So,
Whoops.
you know, warning.
Well, we're already up to PG-13. What the
Thank
fuck
you.
are we gonna do?
I was-
shit.
Mom,
I was
I'm
ready for that.
so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry.
On my Christian D&D show.
Just making sure. I'm a fan of the F word. I just want to make sure.
Big fan.
Fun.
Huge fan.
Big fan of the F word.
Been
Fun.
listening to it, saying
Huge
it,
fan.
long time. Long time. All right. So let's change this Atmo really quick. Shout out to Sirenscape.
I'm liking it.
Let's see. Let's see. Please play. As I shout them out, it stops working.
La, la.
All right, we'll do it without it. Who cares? Who cares?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, it's cold outside. It's cold out every day. A wind blows that chills you, leaving you feeling uneasy and almost unwelcome. Passing strangers grant you somber smiles. Their eyes are compassionate, yet distrustful. Overcast skies seem to cloud this valley, surrounded by forest from morning until nightfall. You know this place as Barovia, a land that lived in turmoil under a dark and hateful curse. Or so the stories go. From what you've gathered between small talk with residents and drunken ramblings of bar patrons, a supposed devil's curse that ruled Barovia was lifted nearly 50 years ago. Since then, the residents of Barovia have rebuilt, slowly, and made their way to repopulation, and have become connected in trade with the rest of the realm. Is this all true, or do the residents enjoy a good story to add some color to their gray skies and boring lives? Who knows? What you do know is you've been brought here by word that Barovia for decades now has been a place filled with stories, intriguing history, work, and spiritual awakening. It's actually been said that a visit to this once cursed land is a journey of soul searching and can help cast out any darkness that might plague your heart. Now, with all that said, why don't we go to what's happening right now? And my hope was that when I said that, Sirenscape would work. Ooh, I think it is.
Oh, wait, I hear something.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
I see waveforms.
Ah, yes, the
Yes.
waves.
I hear waveforms.
Give me the waveforms.
Give me the waves.
Perfect. We're up and running. Now, with all that said, for the past 10 to 20 minutes or so, you found yourselves, all of you, taking a breather in a tavern. Excuse the cliche. A roughly 60 square foot tavern known as the Blood of the Vine. Now, something interesting about this tavern is that it is on fire. I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, good.
Okie dokie.
I was relaxed. I was ready to have a drink. And then the fire started.
All right, there's that.
I
8.
got an 8.
I got a 22.
Ooh,
I got
21.
I got a 4.
very nice. Okay, and Dan with the 20.
I like how you're actually burning down this cliche. That's great.
Yep, that's what I wanted to
Quite
do.
literally. Yeah.
Quite literally. Wait, hold on. I had a. Oh no, where'd it go? I had fire ready for it too.
Like a sound?
Yes, I had a fire sound.
Can never start a D&D campaign in a tavern again. Thanks, Nate killed the cliche.
I did. I burnt.
I'm gonna
Literally,
have
I'm burning
PTSD
it.
every time I walk into a tavern now.
Yep.
You're having a
here we
fire sale.
Perfect.
Oh
now it's
my
on
God.
fire.
They're having a
Yay.
fire
Whoa.
sale?
They're selling fire.
Can I
And
buy
then
an Amazon Fire Stick.
Octa, what was your initiative?
4.
4. Okay, and Dan?
21.
21. Cool. So, Dan,
Yes.
your character is up first. What?
Sorry to interrupt. I had a 22.
Oh, shoot.
That is true.
I can't count.
Actually,
So, Brett. I
I'm sorry.
apologize.
I didn't want to be that guy.
No, you are absolutely correct. Brett,
Okay.
describe your character.
Oh boy. Well, in a commerce setting, it would have been nice. Well, when I was in the tavern before it caught on fire,
Mm-hmm.
I was wrapped up in a very tight, like, hiding woolen, like, hood and clothing, trying to keep my form and my race hidden from the people. I'm
Mhm.
trying to appear kind of as like a sneaky little halfling instead of the kobold that I am, because I don't know exactly how people treat monster races and monster kind themselves.
Mhm.
But if you were to see underneath the hood, you would see a very old kobold with stringy white hair for a beard, almost like gnarled maw ears, just a lot of history in this face. But that's essentially, yeah, that's what I look like. That's what I am.
All right. So, what is this history-looking kobold doing?
Okay. So
basically,
how-
what happened was,
yeah,
wa-
how did the fire start?
you
Yeah.
weren't sitting in a tavern that was on fire, like, oh, this is interesting. Choice of
I'm cool with
choice of
this.
decor.
This looks like a hot place.
You're sitting, you were having some drinks, talking to fellow patrons when you heard crashing, you heard banging, loud noises, you heard yelling outside, and you heard glass shatters and small explosions going off, which you would guess is someone threw some stuff inside that ignited and has set this tavern ablaze.
My character would I pretty much quiet, keeping to myself, likes to observe the people around. I'd be drinking probably the cheapest mead,
Mm-hmm.
and the moment I hear glass shattering, and explosions, and fire everywhere, if you would look at my face, I would almost go, just one night, and then I immediately hop off the bar stool and would find a place to hide, like immediately, just to be someone who can like observe what's happening and not get in the middle of the action. I kind of wait for my time to strike.
Okay.
So I would, first of all, do I know where the source of the sound is coming from? Is it outside, you said?
It's commotion that sounds like it's coming from all over. So you can guess that there is some sort of spread ruckus going on that started this.
Is the tavern on fire currently?
Yes. It is
I
not
would-
completely engulfed in flames, but a few things have caught, and it's spreading pretty quickly.
I'm out. Like, I immediately would probably dive out of a weakened window, if there is one, whenever there's an opening, and I would probably immediately hide from an area that was not on fire, just to kind of observe who's doing this, what's happening. I'm trying to get intel right now, is the general idea.
Okay, so you have a few options. You have a couple tables you could duck under. There's a couple windows, but you can see that they are barred, so it would be
Okay.
kind of tough to go out through those. There are two windows, one basically immediately directly behind you. This is like a 60 to 80 square foot tavern. It's not huge, so it's not that hard to get around in here.
Okay.
There's one roughly 15 feet behind you that looks like a window you could jump through. You'd have to break some glass to do it, and another window that
Right.
looks similar next to the door.
Closed, not broken. Okay, I would probably move to the close. Is the table kind of like close to the door? Like, is it close to an exit?
There's a few tables, but yeah, there's a table pretty close to the front door, which you came in.
I would then immediately hop off the bar stool and almost like in a scurrying motion, just dive straight underneath that table and hide, essentially. If you need me to make a hide check, I can also do that.
No.
Okay.
Roll perception for me real quick.
Okay. Do you want you want me to do an active perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Not. 1 second. I'm looking at my perception. Passive. Oh, that's my passive wisdom. Okay.
Mhm.
Funny enough, I'm not super aware of my surroundings, so here we go. I rolled a 22. I rolled a crit. I rolled a 20.
Nice. Okay. Well, with that, you notice a few things. Was the first roll of the game a nat 20?
No. Well, are you counting
Well,
initiative? Or
initiative.
no?
Well, aside from initiative.
Yeah, then the first roll of the game was a nat
Damn.
20.
Nice.
That's either
Hell
a
yeah.
great sign or a terrible sign.
Sorry, I'm wasting the 20s. I'm
That was
so
the
sorry.
120 you
You
get.
set the bar way too high.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
So with that roll, you can see a few things. First of all, you get the idea that no one in here is actually threatening, and everybody inside was just kind of minding their own business and trying to have a day, having a few drinks. And now everyone's kind of thrown into heightened panic, figuring out what the hell's going on. Let's see. You notice the people. No one in here seems threatening, and then you also notice, with that high of a roll, you see piping on the ceiling, with water kind of leaking out of it a little bit,
Okay.
and that's about it.
Okay.
So next up, Dan. What are you?
So, what am I?
Yeah. What do you look like? Describe to the people.
So coming down around the corner of the stairs, you see a tall, dark gray-skinned elf with gold freckles across his cheeks and nose, chin length, like iridescent white hair with green tips, a long brown duster with gold and purple embroidery on it, and then to his right you see a large tome or book that is attached to his hip with ivy-covered chains.
Very cool.
I'm gonna go down and go like, oh my, what happened down here? I just want to assess the situation as I see flames coming up out of somewhere.
Mm-hmm. So there's kind of flame spreading really quickly, and it's filling the room at a pretty rapid pace. You can gather that the source was from like two main smaller sources, because there's 2 points in the tavern where the flames seem to be most concentrated. You see a few other bar goers. You see this kobold. Actually, roll perception for me really quick just to see if you see him hiding.
Probably do not. 9.
Okay, you don't see a kobold hiding anywhere.
Thank
yeah.
God.
Yeah, you see a few other people, and you see the bartender is looking frantic and is making his way out.
I'm going to immediately look for water. Water. Is there water anywhere?
You see
looking
a
for
couple
water.
glasses of water on the
Glasses of water.
table.
On the table?
Yeah, just from other people being at the bar and at the inn.
I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna shape water and out of the glasses and throw it at the fire.
Okay, it kind of you put out like a diameter of maybe 6 inches, and then it's just kind of immediately eaten back up by flames. But it went out for a second in a small spot.
I'll just go, okay, all right. And I'm just gonna continue trying to look for other viable options for.
Am I allowed
trying to put this
to?
out.
Am I allowed to talk to like respond to this?
Yeah, you heard him. If you want to say something to that.
Okay, I would probably witness him cast the water, and try that, and I would just kind of like paw at my beard, and then I would, hey, Freckles, hey,
Oh, hi.
and I
Yes.
immediately I'm like no time for talk, and I point up to the pipe where the water's leaking. I think you'll have better luck with that.
Oh, well, thank you, friend. And then if I still have my turn, I'm gonna shape water out of the pipes onto the fire.
So you use shape water's an action, right?
Yeah. So I already used it, so.
Yeah, so the action was used on the glass, but now you know that's up there at least.
Yeah.
So that'll be helpful. Anything else for your turn?
That'll be it.
Okay. Hunter.
All right. So, howdy. My name's Sandor. I'm about 4.5 foot tall dwarf. Pretty much not wearing nothing made of clothes. It's all animal skins and furs and, varmints strung up onto me here and there. Pretty simple feller. Carries around a big old club, which he uses for clubbing. Got a beard down to about his chest, gray and brown hair sort of intertwined, long dreadlocks and matted hair. Spends lots of time in the woods. Sandor is probably chilling in a corner drinking some moonshine or something. Would he have heard the pro tip about the pipes?
Oh yeah.
Now the question is, can I reach them pipes with a great club and my stature?
And a heart full of believe.
And maybe if I do a little hop, skip, and a jump up into the air, maybe I can wallop her.
Yeah, I'll have you do an acrobatics check followed by a strength athletic. Actually, acrobatics and then just an attack roll.
Okay. Let's see how acrobatic I can be. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay. You all see this woodsy mountain dwarf man hop up on a table and then leap and swing a club at a pipe on the ceiling and just misses. Like when you try to jump up and touch a ceiling in a place
door frame.
Door frame that, but it's just too high. You're just barely missing it.
Consarn this stout figure of mine. I will use the rest of my movement to try to get to the door.
Okay, you were really close to it. You could use, is your movement, I'm assuming, just standard 30?
No.
No?
It's 25.
25, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're about 15 feet away from the front door.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go and I want to try to open it.
Okay. It appears to be locked from the outside. You kind of give it a whirl and thunk, thunk, thunk.
Drat. Well, I think that's probably all my whole turn.
Mm-hmm. Octo.
You stand in the presence of BOPHADES, hero to all, friend to most. Hair darker than the raven's plume, skin bronze as the sunset, statuesque rivaling that of the gods. Downtrodden never, fear, for BOPHADES is here to save you.
Okay, then do
BOPHADES
something.
will see the blaze, look over, and immediately say,
The flames of Hades have entered this tavern. Fear not, patrons. BOPHADES will save you.
he'll find, is there an old woman around or an older patron?
No.
Is there, whoever's closest, it doesn't matter. He's gonna fireman's carry them over his shoulder and immediately just barrel towards the door, full sprint.
Okay. You approach a table with what appears to be a couple, and you grab the man and throw him over your shoulders.
Yep.
We're gonna do opposing strength checks because
Okay.
he's not on board with this.
This is why I'm under the table.
What do you got?
Okay, that's gonna be a 22.
Okay, well, he rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
So he is very thrown by this very loud man running up and just sweeping him off his feet and over his shoulders. And you start barreling toward the door. And you get to the door.
Uh-huh.
And the guy's
And
the guy on your shoulder is just
uh-huh.
effortless, just fruitlessly pounding on
No
your
need
back.
to thank me, citizen. I am here to save you.
You're not saving me! Put me down!
Never nonsense! BOPHADES saves everyone!
And then he'll like try and kick the door like as hard as he can.
Okay. Make a strength athletics check.
Ooh, strength athletics. I'm better at that. That's gonna be 24.
Yeah, you kick through the door like it's cardboard. It just
Okay.
just
Uh-huh.
just splinters and pieces of wood just fly everywhere.
Mhm.
And there is just a hole that represents what used to be a door frame.
Uh-huh.
And there's an explosion, and the people outside see the dust part as this towering paladin is holding a man on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm. I will immediately walk out, place the man down on the ground, gently, and then say,
You are saved thanks to BOPHADES!
and then I'll immediately turn back dramatically into the
Yes.
tavern and say,
You are free, patrons! Go to your freedom!
The guy's just kind of curled up on the floor, like very confused. Like, what the fuck is happening? Okay. So, did you go back in yet, or are you ending your turn outside?
I probably, do I have enough, do you think I would be able to do all that and then go back in? Or,
No, that probably used up most of your movement.
yeah, I was thinking that's probably too much movement to do all that. So I'm just sort of like shouting in that that the door is open.
Okay, great. So everybody except BOPHADES make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Yike.
I'm good at that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
21.
19.
Natural 20
Ooh!
for 23.
Natural 20.
Just want you to know. So the fire continues to spread as it eats away at the wood and foundation of this tavern. Continuously, wood beams and support and debris are falling from the ceiling. You all manage to jump and duck out of the way, avoiding any kind of damage you will have taken from that. Dan, your character does a backflip over one. And it was pretty sick. Whoever saw it was like, that was pretty sick.
Yo, man, that was pretty sick.
It was nothing. It was you know,
All right.
another day.
Top of initiative,
you.
Brett. The door has been kicked open.
Well, I don't want to be rude. BOPHADES opened the door for all of us. And I scurry out.
All right.
Hey, Freckles, I think this tavern's doomed. And I just leave.
All right. You get out. Is that your turn?
That's my turn, yeah. Well, okay, so when I get out, first of all, what am I seeing out?
There's a bunch of people gathered around the tavern, staring at the fire. No one really seems to be doing much. They almost seem
Are
like...
they staring at the fire like a bewildered citizen, or are they staring at the fire a cult's about to complete their ritual?
bewildered citizens.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure. For
The
yeah.
whole town's lying.
I just want to be. I'm just. I just want to know what I'm looking at. All right. I want to screen cap this because I got a natural 20.
Okay.
It's a 24.
You
That's
suspect that one or two citizens weren't big fans of the establishment and look not pleased, but more of that feeling of like watching and thinking, did I do this? Did I like wish this and it happened?
Okay. So it was like just uptight people, not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
someone actively trying to burn the tavern down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Then I will not draw my weapons. I will scurry over to BOPHADES. Give
Okay.
him a little thumbs up. Hey, big guy, you're doing well. And then
BOPHADES does not do well! BOPHADES does good!
Sorry, I don't speak too good. And then that's my turn.
Okay. Then next up is Dan.
I Well, I look at the pipes and I see everything falling down, and I'm just going to run out the door, and as I do, I'm going to shape water, break one of the pipes behind me, and just let water kind of hopefully do its work.
Sure. So, so you said you're shaping water in the pipes that were up there?
Yeah, and the pipes.
Okay. I'm trying to think because the water is contained in the pipes.
Yes.
So
Instantaneous move or otherwise change the flow of water you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. It's a 5 foot by 5 foot 30 range spell.
Gotcha. So you're able to make some of the water like kind of leak out. The movement of it like pops a couple screws out of the fastenings, and water like starts to lightly spray, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna do too much. The pipes seem to be like really holding it intact.
Okay.
But that's what happens with that.
And I'm use my 30 feet of movement to get outside as well.
Mm-hmm. You are now outside with this kobold and BOPHADES.
Good tip on the pipes. I did what I could.
You
what I
did.
could.
You
I
did
did-
well. Good. You did good. And I look up to both of these.
No,
and
I did well. I did well.
BOPHADES gives it approving. BOPHADES' default is arms akimbo. He does not stand with his arms at his side ever. He only ever stands like this, or he's doing something.
You've done well.
I've done well, yes.
Combat is so confusing. And I kind of just brush myself off a little bit.
All right, and Hunter.
So the door in front of me is gone.
Gone.
Yeah, the door's
right.
gone. The doorway's ripped off. There's just a hole there.
Cool. Is there anybody nearby looking like they're stuck or need help?
No. You see the bartender who was working earlier is gone. You kind of see the weighted swinging door like lightly rocking back and forth, so you can assess that they just booked it out the back. And you see a lady who the
I'll go outside and did you say something about maybe somebody threw something through the window for the fire, or did I just make that up? Okay, I didn't make that up. In that case, I want to circle the building as much as I can, maybe take a look off into the woods or wherever we are.
Looks like there might be an audio issue. Okay.
How about now, internet.com?
How about
One thing they said was they
Wow.
couldn't hear you, and then everyone else sounded skippy.
That's fantastic. I'm
Which is-
so
which-
happy about
that?
that.
Makes no sense.
That's data?
That's
That is data.
Oh wait, yeah,
Apparently
it's
it's
fixed. Everyone's saying it's fixed.
Hooray!
Everyone's saying-
Oh, are we good?
yeah, it says good. Everyone's freaking out. The
Hooray.
fire's gone. The
Yes,
fire's
that'd be
gone.
It sounds
Yay.
like it.
And now it's
Cool.
back.
And now it's back.
Okay, says fixed. Here's crossing fingers it stays fixed. So I'll just keep the chat or if someone wants to keep chat open and let me know if people start yelling at me because
I've got it open.
okay,
Yeah,
great.
they'll read.
Okay. Getting back. Tavern is still on fire. We
Damn.
were on Who were we on?
I think it was
Hunters.
it
We
was-
went around
Yes.
the
Hunter,
Hunters.
Hunter walked out. Hunter walked
Yes,
out.
Hunter walked
Yeah.
out.
I'm walking my stout little behind around the corner here.
Audio's still bad. Still is broken. It's still broke. Still can't hear you.
What
Still
the
broke.
flip?
What? What? My audio-
Someone says it's good.
I don't know what they're complaining about. I can hear all of you just fine.
Yeah. Oh, mine says everything's fine.
I'm gonna listen to the stream really quick.
Yeah.
I think it was
What if
Hunters.
this
We
was
went
Hunter.
around
Yes.
the
Hunter,
Hunters.
Hunter walked out. Hunter walked
Yes.
out.
Hunter sounds okay to me.
It's bad. It's good. It's bad. It's go. Oh, God.
Now people just can't agree.
Yeah.
Maybe,
now it's just a
Good,
big
good,
debate.
it's good.
Maybe people should refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
refreshing
the
might be
stream will
good.
help.
Yeah, refresh.
Or maybe now they're just talking about the quality of the stream itself. Like maybe
Oh,
they
that's
just don't
fine.
like
You
what
don't
we're
need-
doing.
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
completely
It's
fair.
bad.
It's back.
still bad.
No,
Nope,
yeah.
still bad.
Did it work? There we are. It's back. It's back.
It's back. It's good. It's good.
Nailed
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's good. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, continuing on.
So,
Continue it on. Yes.
and if it borks again, we're gonna do a big old restart. That's
Yeah.
right. Hunter,
Yep,
you're walking on out,
that's right.
and you see people standing around. They're watching the fire, watching the flames.
Can I see which window was maybe something was thrown through?
You can see one window seems bashed.
How about what's off in that direction? Like if the window were behind me, what would be what would I be looking at?
Roll perception.
12.
You look off in the other direction, and it's across the street from more housing, buildings, residential. You don't see anything that would imply any kind of connection or correlation to this bashed window.
Okay. All right. That's probably my turn then. Yeah.
And BOPHADES.
Mm-hmm. BOPHADES will turn around and is there anyone? Are there still people inside the tavern?
Yes, there is a lady
Okay.
still in the tavern that you didn't see
Okay.
exit.
Okay. Is the fire worse now? Is it like has it gotten
Much
bigger?
worse.
Okay. BOPHADES will run in and stand in front of the woman. It's the woman at a table. Where is she
Mhm.
sitting? Okay.
It's a table pretty close to the front door. You see, as you run in, you see she's like pretty calmly packing her bag up. She's putting
Mhm.
things away,
Mm-hmm.
just like you would normally leave a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Madam, there is no time. You must escape
She goes, "Oh God, no!
immediately.
I'm going. Please, don't pick me up. Don't pick me up. Please don't pick me up."
But I will shield you from the deadly flames. He'll stand with his shield between her and the flames.
Back! Back, flames of Hades! You will not touch this innocent person! For BOPHADES is here as the shield of the innocent!
It's like, okay. And she starts walking out the door.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll like. Is there anybody else in here?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
This tavern and its patrons have been saved by BOPHADES!
And then he'll exit out backwards
Yep.
while still holding his shield up.
The lady's just like, uh-huh. Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You all successfully left the tavern to burn to the ground. Nicely done.
Thanks.
The fires continue to eat away at the building, and you see the structure and just all of it begins to slowly cave in and crumble. And it appears there is no one inside, and this place is coming down.
Is the bartender or owner around at all? Did they get out?
Yes, they did. You actually see them because, well, you were in there, so you would recognize them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you see they're kind of standing amongst the crowd,
Okay.
just kind of watching it. You see him kind of standing there, just looking pretty defeated.
I immediately make a beeline like right for him, and I stand in front of him and I grab him by the shoulders and say,
Like the bones of a broken warrior, your bar will come back stronger than ever! It only needs time
And
to heal!
he goes, and a lot of money.
Oh,
Money is but an invention! The true courage comes from within!
I want to walk up to the tavern keep, and when he says a lot of money, I'm just like, oh, and I open up my coin pouch, and I'm like, I still need to pay for my tab, so I hold up a gold piece like up to him, my little rat claw. I just kind of like hold up. It's not much, but
He turns to him,
Yeah.
just kind of,
there you go.
thanks.
Mhm.
He just
You got,
tucks it away.
you got this.
He's like, do you have roughly 20,000 more of these?
I look in my coin pouch. I look up at him. No.
All right, well, I guess it's a start. He puts it away. So, you... oh, go ahead.
no. I'm good. I don't have anything to add.
Well, you all leave the tavern. It kind of finishes crumbling in on itself. The fire's still there, but it's slowly going out. You see a couple of the townsfolk and city guard are kicking dirt onto it, doing what they can. There isn't like a fire department or anything like that, so they're doing the best.
Mm-hmm.
But as you exit and you look around, you see you are in a village. Tall village dwellings, you see they loom out of the slightly misty atmosphere. The muddy ground underfoot of you gives way to these slick cobblestone paths. Sounds of children playing in the streets cut through the chilly air, and you are in the village of Barovia. Now there's still a group of people kind of congregated outside of the ashes of what remain of the tavern. And this is a village that you all had entered and kind of went straight to the tavern, so you didn't really get a good look around.
Okay.
I go up to the pelt-clad dwarf that went around, and I just ask, I saw you make a loop around. You didn't happen to see anything suspicious, did you?
Nah, that whatever yellow-bellied varmint set this place on fire. Oh, they're long gone now.
Interesting. I was just
By
curious.
the
what
way, are
kind
you
of-
from the moon or something?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'll be darned.
Anyways, what is your name, friend?
Oh, my name's Sandor Mudman.
Sandor. It's a pleasure to
From a
make your
long line of
acquaintance.
mudmen.
You may call me Dade.
Dade. Nice name, Dade. Easy to say.
You know, keeping it simple for you, Sandor.
Appreciate you.
And then the loud one, the kobold, the good looking out on the pipes, unfortunately didn't go as planned.
Well, you were trying something. I figured I'd help the best that I could.
Someone
Yeah.
had to try something.
Well, I suppose so. Well, I suppose just back out in the wilderness if there isn't another tavern.
I kind of dust off my cloak.
I didn't get to
Yeah,
finish the
figure I'd go
conversation.
back to the woods myself.
There's no one even the slightly bit interested in what just occurred. I mean, did you? I saw you talking to the barkeep. Did you ask if he had perhaps had any enemies out to, you know, sabotage his establishment?
I mean, I suppose I'm slightly curious. I mean, is there... What can we do about a tavern that catches on fire?
BOPHADES immediately bursts into the middle of this group and says,
Wow,
What
oh,
kind
gods.
of coward and cad would burn down an innocent tavern? This will not stand as long as BOPHADES is alive.
You're about up here. Could you please bring it down here with the shouting,
And
please?
BOPHADES kneels
He's a
down
loud
and
feller.
says, he kneels down and says, This will not stand as long as BOPHADES is alive.
I wiped
No,
the saliva off my face from BOPHADES' mouth, and I just, I don't, yeah, I kind of look up, and I'm just like,
You're always on, aren't you?
The eyes of justice never sleep, and BOPHADES has 2 eyes.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I've heard, indeed.
Well, what brought all of you here? If I may ask the tavern, I was just passing through on my own, a little hop, skip, and adventure.
Yeah, that. I went to get another dagger since mine broke. I usually don't like to step into towns like this unless I know exactly what's happening. And I figured, why not? I'd go ahead and get a little bit of meat in me before I went back out in the wilderness, get my belly nice and warm. And then, of course, the tavern lit on fire, and that just kind of ruined my day.
But it kept your
So-
belly warm.
It did. I guess I got what I asked for. I suppose so. But other than that, I really don't have much of a tale to tell. What about you, Moon Man?
Like I said, I was just simply passing through, sharing stories, reading stories, conversations. You know, whatever piques my interest. And, well, my interest is now piqued.
I would say so. You weren't with BOPHADES? Oh, I'm sorry. I knew your name.
Oh.
You kept screaming it at every minute.
Everyone should know BOPHADES' name, for BOPHADES is a hero.
Yes, everyone does know
To
your name by now.
all.
To
Yes,
be
that one
honest with
3
you,
mile
I've been
radius.
trying to forget it.
I'm not. You seem like a really nice guy. And we need more of that in the world right now.
I just came
BOPHADES!
down to.
BOPHADES is friend to all.
I'm figuring this out. Pleased to meet you. I'm RORN.
and you see my little rat hand kind of like peek out from the cloak and to offer
BOPHADES
it.
grabs the entire hand in his mitt and just
Gently,
Shakes
gently.
it.
And I'm now on the ground in just absolute pain.
BOPHADES is pleased to meet you. To meet all of you.
Pleasure's all mine.
Sure.
Well, the barkeep looks to you, BOPHADES,
Mhm.
as like, thank you for helping out and I guess helping the people, the patrons of my tavern. I don't think they would have.
BOPHADES-
Go ahead.
No. Finish your thing first. He
I
would
don't-
never interrupt.
I don't think they would have died without your help, but you know, at least they didn't have to walk out.
BOPHADES leans in like just uncomfortably close and says, You
may have been a hero to some people, just as BOPHADES is a hero to all. Now, you can go forth and forge a new legacy with a better tavern and an even stronger business.
It says 6 feet distance, please. Trying to
BOPHADES doesn't move, but takes a step back. Like he doesn't, like he just with his legs. Sort of.
like through his eyes, BOPHADES just kind of shrank.
Shrinks,
Like
yeah. he
nothing,
just sort of
nothing
like,
actually would just.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. This was annoying. This was.
You're handling it very well for what just happened.
I figured it out.
Oh,
I know why your tavern got burnt down.
Oh, I would
'Cause it was
love to
made of
hear
wood.
this.
You
The
ain't
fire?
got no elderberry moonshine.
Oh,
I thought about burning the place down myself. No elderberry moonshine. Can you believe it?
probably not the right thing to say right now, friend.
but that does bring up a very good point. Would there be any reason for someone to do this to you? It's I was just upstairs. I don't know what happened before, but it seems like it might not have been an accident.
He says, this place had a target on its back for a very long time. It was going to happen at some point, but
And you
The place or you?
the place. I only work here. I am assistant manager. I'm not high up on the hierarchy.
Oh, this isn't even your tavern.
No, I just work here.
Oh, okay.
I take care of it like it's mine, but in the end, I don't own it.
Oh, I see. Oh, well.
Well, you tell whoever does own it that he better get him some elderberry moonshine, or this is going to happen again.
Rorn
Is-
winces.
Is that a threat?
Oh no, I ain't threatening you. I'm just saying that's why it happened.
I'd like to roll an.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I'll say I'd like to roll an insight check on this dwarf. I want to know if he burned down the tavern.
Yeah, roll insight.
That's a yikes. Okay, so that's a critical fail. I got a 5.
Wow, it's
And
one
I-
or the other, huh?
I definitely know he burned down that tavern.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, everyone here is suspect.
Yeah.
I'll get
He
back to that.
kind of turns away from all the nonsense of this kobold and Sandor and looks to you, Dade, and says, I appreciate you asking. It feels like no one else is really interested. Like it's
I find
boring
it very
story.
interesting, actually. Did the owner perhaps have any? Well, I mean, everyone has enemies, but did he have anyone specifically wanting to sabotage his business and put his employees out?
He kind of looks at you, gives a little head tilt. It's like, you're not from around here, are you?
No.
This place was owned by a man who is of a people that have been treated less than fairly in recent years.
BOPHADES' neck snap. Like, less than fair!
It's like, yes, less than fair.
Do you
What
mind?
kind of tyrant would treat someone less than fair?
I knew he was going to finish.
Says well, are you not aware of this place's history or the stories of Barovia and where it's said to come from?
I am aware that this place is in dire need of a hero, and one has recently arrived. Their name is BOPHADES.
I was going to ask. I'm glad you provided the the identification of this hero. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Well, for what it's worth, the owner is part of a small bunch still remaining here in Barovia known as Vistani. They are seen indifferently by the people here.
What?
And
Well,
most likely someone who has a gripe with Vistani didn't want a Vistani-owned establishment to stay up and running.
Vistani.
It's stunning. I mean, I haven't been around a lot, but do I know what that is, or have I read it ever?
You have... What was that background?
I worked in the library for almost 100 years.
Right. Okay.
That's a background.
That is a background. And that's researcher. Yeah. Dade, roll insight. No, sorry, history for me.
That is going to be a 13.
You haven't read much. Before coming to Barovia, you tried to research this place, and the weirdest thing about it compared to everything else you had researched is that there seemed to be a really, really short timeline of history going back, and there actually wasn't much information provided on this place. So the little bit you read about the Vistani is that they were a traveling people.
Okay. Excellent, thank you. But well, what is the reason for doing something this? Why are the Vistanis just so distrusted here?
It's a big mess of a story that who even knows if it's real. I probably should get back to figuring out what to do from here. I don't have time to tell you all of this.
Yes, my sorry for your loss. Do you perhaps know someone else where we could spend the evening?
Well, Blood of the Vine was the only major in here, so there is not likely anywhere in the village, unless you want to stay at somebody's place, if you have friends around, but...
Do any of you have friends around?
Oh, absolutely
BOPHADES
not.
is friend to all.
Sounds
But
like we have everywhere to stay.
Yeah, but you have a friend that has a place to let what old folk rest their weary head there, BOPHADES.
BOPHADES has many friends.
Right, but again, a place to sleep though, BOPHADES.
Perhaps we can
BOPHADES
just...
would have to think about that.
Yes, I'll probably be sleeping outside the town today.
that
you're
seems to be good. I'm fine with that.
You're free to join me if you want. It's been a while since I've spoken with people around the campfire.
I have the folk hero background, which
Okay.
I think actually lets me rest with common folk. I think they kind of just like, it says, come from the ranks of common folk, you fit in among them with ease. You can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among other commoners, unless you've shown yourself to be a danger to them. Which, I mean, that's sort of subjective, but...
A little bit, but
Mhm.
yeah, with that, the man and woman you saved,
Mhm.
they approach you,
Uh-huh.
and the man says to you, thank you for what you did in there. Necessary, debatable, but
Puts up a hand. No thanks necessary. BOPHADES is simply doing his job.
he's like, all right, can you not have your hand so close to me? I'm hoping you washed
pulls
it.
back a little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I overheard that you're in need of shelter for the night.
That would be Most appreciated.
Well, we don't have the most luxurious place in the village, but come evening, if you don't find anywhere else, and I mean literally anywhere else, and he kind of like looks to the lady he's with, and she's, you can crash on our floor.
BOPHADES grabs him in like a hug, like a bear hug. Just
He like immediately tries to push you off. He looks like horrified. He's like, please, God, don't do that.
BOPHADES' gratitude knows no bounds.
Oh my God, you are so loud. All right.
and he'll let go.
He's like, well, thank you, BOPHADES.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Emmerich, and this is my partner, Mirabelle.
Emmerich and Mirabelle, you stand in the presence of BOPHADES and his companions.
I never agreed to that.
And his companions.
I don't think I'm on board with that.
And
Just
I do enjoy the dwarf and the kobold, though.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Companions.
All right, I guess we're the companions now.
I mean, if it's a place to stay, I guess.
So I guess that's what it is now. Okay.
The floor's better than the woods, you know.
I suppose so. I suppose so. Yeah.
What you talking about? The floor's better than the woods.
Well, out here it might be better than the woods, sure. So, yeah. So feel free
Wrong with
to.
the woods out here. Something scary out there.
Maybe we should let the dwarf sleep outside and we'll sleep indoors. Still
Nonsense!
suspicious.
I'm afraid to sleep outside.
Perhaps we can have him watch outdoors while we sleep inside. You know, be a god of sorts.
The
Just
outside, or you can
Yeah.
set the house on fire. No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
BOPHADES and his companions.
You're absolutely right. We should keep an eye on everyone. No one can be trusted here.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Yes, that is very true.
That's very true. Absolutely.
Wait, that's actually true?
BOPHADES
What?
will turn around and look at the three of them and look back at Emmerich and Mirabelle and say,
BOPHADES trusts you all.
Oh,
Great.
okay. All right. Well, solid.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Well,
All right.
if you are all good, then he gives you directions to his place specifically in the village. He's like, it's still pretty early in the day. You know, us day drinkers, we still have the evening now that we are proper in our good mindsets. So when night falls, feel free to come on by, and we'll see if we can pull out some blankets for you.
What? And I just hold up a paw. What do you mean by that? We're day drinkers? What does that mean?
Well, we were all at a tavern in the afternoon. So
And I immediately kind of lift my hood up because I've had my hood covering my face this entire time, so I don't know what time of day it is. And I just kind of lift my head and I look up and I see the sun, and I'm just going, ah! And I just kind of like cover my face up from
So
the daylight
is-
sensitivity.
it is bright outside, but it's very,
Oh.
very overcast.
Oh, okay.
So it's about like 2 p.m. But
I'm
there's no
mildly
sunbeams.
uncomfortable.
Mhm.
"Oh, it's overcast. It's not sunshiny."
No.
Okay. Oh.
So he says if we're all quite good, we'll head home and get things prepared for you.
Emmerich,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to know, have any idea of who might have done this to the tavern? Just pure curiosity and interest.
Probably some Vistani hating assholes. As
That seems to be a theme.
you could call it a theme. You could call hate crimes a theme, I guess.
Can BOPHADES go over and examine are the ashes still smoldering, or are they like?
You could like maybe trek around through there carefully.
poke around, yeah. Well,
Mhm.
first I want to get permission from the bartender. I'll walk up to the bartender and say,
BOPHADES would like to examine the scene of the crime.
He looks at you. He looks at the ashes of the tavern and goes, knock yourself out.
okay, so I want to go over and look and see, and look around the edge and see if I can notice anything like footprints that may have been like walking around the side or something in the ashes that I noticed that looks weird.
Yeah. Roll investigation.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that would be a thing. Okay. Oh, that's a -1.
Okay. You find absolutely nothing.
Okay.
You're almost surprised at the fact that fire was able to burn down a building. Like this is some kind of anomaly.
This fire must have had a vendetta against this building for it to burn so quickly.
You could say that, sure.
I'm gonna go to our hosts and just kind of like stand in front of them a little bit, and I'll offer a paw.
Thank you again for your hospitality.
He looks at you and says, yeah, sure. And he replies to your paw with like, do like an elbow. It's cleaner.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I just look down and I think to myself, is it because I'm a kobold? And I don't think of it anymore. And I go ahead and give him a little elbow tap. And
Hey.
then I just
So do you need any sort of food or anything like that? I was about to go out to the wilderness, maybe find some berries or something. I wouldn't want to use your food supplies if you're low on it.
If you want to get food for yourself, then feel free. But I wouldn't venture too far out into the woods here. It's not bountiful. We'll say.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask about that because I just arrived here in town. What is the wildlife like around here? I mean, are we looking at bears, boars, some sort of angry lizards or something like that? I mean, what is around here currently that I should be on the lookout for?
He's a little thrown back by that question. It's like,
yeah.
Well, do you like bone broth? You like soup?
I mean, I'll eat or drink whatever will keep my belly full, I suppose. It's not a matter of like, as it is a matter of necessity. Why do you ask?
Well, just if you... Occasionally you'll find, I don't know, something out there, but for the most part, lot of bones. A lot of bones out there. Makes a nice soup.
What kind of bones?
Who knows at this point? But no one else is using them, so yeah, just if you decide to do some gathering, do it during the day. You know. And there's also plenty of markets and stands around the village. I'm sure they could.
I might go to the market instead.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate that.
Of course.
You sure you don't want to go rooting around in the woods for some bones? I make mean bone soup.
I'm more curious what the bones are before. I'd like to know
Well, why don't we
whose
go
bones I'm
find
drinking.
out?
And I I'm looking, still unsure if this dwarf set fire to the tavern. I'm like,
Let's see what everyone else wants to do. I mean, if they want to go bone gathering, I suppose we could do that. Moonman! Moonman!
and I just rush over to the mage.
What are you? What are you doing? where are you going now? What's going on with you?
You go over to Dade.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I currently don't have any plans. I was just hoping I'd find something interesting to do, and here I am.
So you want to go find some bones too?
Sure, let's go find some bones.
And then I slowly turn over to BOPHADES, and I think for a moment,
Don't ask him. Don't ask him.
and I'm just like,
Well, I mean, he's capable. He busted a door down with a foot. That was pretty impressive. All right. Both of these.
BOPHADES turns around.
Yes, my diminutive friend!
How does bone gathering sound to you?
BOPHADES thinks for a moment.
What kind of bones?
I don't know. No one will tell me. I've asked many times. No one seems to know what bones are out there.
Do these belong to someone?
I mean, all bones belong to people or creatures, or I suppose I don't understand the question.
I figure they don't belong to no one no more.
That's true.
BOPHADES thinks for a moment.
Wait, hold on 1 second. And I turn back over to our hosts. When you say bones, we're not like going into a graveyard and like grave robbing, because I don't want any part of that.
No. It's you're not digging anything up. Just if you go out there, what I'm saying is you're not gonna find much. Like,
It's not people bones, is it?
you're not gonna find much.
Oh,
beginning to doubt this bone quest for a second.
I'm having second thoughts.
I think we'll go ahead and I think we should do the market.
I think we should perhaps do the market, yes.
Let's go for the markets. I could go for
BOPHADES
some bread.
believes the market is a wonderful idea.
We're a very smart group of people we are, it seems.
Yes, and it only took us 10 minutes to come to that conclusion.
That is a new record for BOPHADES.
You're doing great today.
I'm really proud of you.
BOPHADES appreciates his companions.
Okay, so y'all head to the kind of center of town. There's sort of a town square going on. There's like fruit stands. There's like a butcher stand. There's a whole bunch of like little shops in this kind of like spread out market area. There's a lot of people. There's a few people like yelling. There are people like making a little bit of a commotion. You see one person is like kind of walking up to, one thing you notice is this person walking up to people, kind of like aggressively waving something in their face. You see a stand with a little puppet show happening.
Oh, BOPHADES immediately goes over to watch the puppet show.
Okay, BOPHADES is at the puppet show. But yeah, those are the initial things everybody notices.
I could go for some bread and soup. I've got a craving for soup all of a sudden.
Is
Right.
it like a Punch and Judy thing where one of the puppets is beating up the other puppet?
That's more or less the aesthetic.
Do not take that from him. You can stand up for yourself.
You see someone like kind of creep up by and saying like, "I'm just doing the show, dude. Like, I don't." He just goes back.
I tell what is Dade wearing? Like what kind of outfit is Dade wearing?
Me? Dade?
Yeah. Or Dade, sorry. It looks like it. I thought I saw an R. I'm sorry, Dade. Yeah.
No, it's good. I'm wearing. I have a brown leather duster with golden purple filigree on it. Khaki pants, knee-high adventuring boots. I have a rapier on my left hip, and then a tome that's attached by chains to my hips with, and those chains are wrapped in ivy.
So I kind of pull at your duster, like lightly, just to get your attention.
Could you do me a favor, Dade?
And I open up my coin pouch and I pull out a gold piece.
Could you get me some bread? Maybe some mutton sounds really good. And any sort of soup. I still don't know how the people of this town would take to me.
I just hand you a gold piece.
Ah, no worries. I'll take care of that for you.
Uh, no, I could handle my own. It's fine.
I mean, if you would like to, I'm more than happy to help, though.
I insist, and I hand the gold coin to you.
Take it, and I go and I just follow my nose to something savory and delicious.
I appreciate the support.
And I just kind of get the hood, continue to wrap it around because I still don't know how people handle monstrous races in these towns.
Dade, you hear we'll say a familiar voice say to you, "Dude, keep his gold."
Oh, but that would be so unkind.
Oh, but it'd be funny though. And then you'd have a gold.
But then what's he going to eat? I do like this, but we won't get away with it.
Ah. Fine. I'll think of something.
What happens if we bargain our way down and keep half the gold?
The voice stops talking to you.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. And I just go on my way.
So, RORN, you saw Dade kind of have like a 5-second internal monologue and then walk away.
Wait, was he talking out loud?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like, I'm not gonna point it out, but I will make note of that.
It was like under my breath. I wasn't like out loud. It was like.
But I definitely, but I saw you like muttering to yourself, like standing there muttering to yourself, and then
And
walk away.
making hand gestures. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a. RORN will remember this.
Mm-hmm. Like kind of when you see someone on like a Bluetooth headset on a call.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, are they talking to someone or?
And
okay.
that's not a thing in this world. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take a note of that.
Yeah. Okay, so Dade, you're off to find some noms for you and your new.
And I'm trying to swindle my new friend out of half of his gold.
Okay, great. Sandor, what are you doing?
Well, I came down from the mountains to buy some fatback to fry up this hoot owl I killed. So I'm gonna look for maybe someone selling some meat.
Okay, yeah, there's a butcher stand. So let's start with that. So you approach this butcher stand and you see not what you'd expect the type of person to be behind this type of stand. It's kind of a small, like scraggly looking guy, really baggy eyes, really pale, and he's like sadly hacking away at what does not look like prime cut. Just kind of.
Oh, some man's dog.
Howdy, stranger.
Hello.
I'm out here looking for some fatback or something I could maybe fry up this hoot owl.
You just said a lot of words.
You know, maybe some grease or some pork squeezins or whatever you got.
He kind of turns around and looks at his stand. And you look at the stand, and as you get a better glance of this, you see that the selection is not fantastic. You see, roll insight for me.
Insight. 6.
Okay, so you see slabs of meat you cannot identify or you're not very familiar with. The only thing that's very identifiable is bats. And you see 4 of them just kind of like hanging off in the corner. And you see that the thing he's chopping up is a really just dense, really tough bat. And you can see he's like trying to cut off the wing, and it's just like making really sloppy dents and nicks in it.
So y'all got a whole lot of bat for sale. I ain't had bat in several moons.
Yes, we have that. Do you want that?
Are they tasty?
Do you want that?
Y'all got any grease or lard or anything along them lines?
He kind of like he looks down behind the shelf that he's standing in front of, or behind the stand rather, and he's like, I could make something happen, perhaps.
I sure appreciate it if you could point me in the right direction. Meanwhile, I suppose I'll, you got a couple of them bats are ready to eat?
He points at the ones hanging up in the corner. They don't look ready to eat, but he's pointing at them.
You know what? I can cook them up real nice. I'll take all 3 of them.
All right. He scoops them up, hands them over to you. It's like, that'll be a... What you got?
Could give you silver for each of them. That sound fair to you?
He like looks at them. He looks up at you. He looks at them. Roll insight.
There we go. 16.
He's looking at it like he has no idea what he's looking at.
He has no idea what?
He has like no idea what he's looking at. Like looking at the silver and goes, Yes, this will be quite fine. Thank you. A fair price. And he hands over the bats.
You sure you're all right with this transaction, sir? Because I don't want you coming back later and asking for your, for your bats back. Because I may have eaten them by then.
Well, unless you are trying to swindle me.
Oh, I'd never dream of such a thing.
Am I being swindled?
Because if you are not giving me a good price on these, then I will come after you.
Well, I believe it's fair, and if you could just supply me with a little grease or oil or just something to fry up these bats in, I'd be much obliged.
It's like, I don't have anything on hand, but if you give me a few hours, and he kind of looks at the meat selection again, he's like, I'm sure we could wring out something for you.
I'll check back in a couple hours.
Thank you.
You, more power to you. Then I leave.
Great. So let's see here. Dade, you are looking for some food, some stew.
Yeah, just following my nose, trying to find. He specifically asked for mutton, bread, and stew.
Okay.
So we're going for that, and we're still having that inner conflict of like, oh, but do I keep the gold? He told me I should keep the gold.
It's like, look, dude, I said keep the gold, but you didn't. You were like, oh, he doesn't want that. So I'm just like, oh, all right, I guess you don't want to listen. So if you don't want to listen, like, I get that.
No, I want to listen. I like listening. Listening's good. No, let's keep this up.
Okay. Well, do what you think. I'm not the boss of you. I mean, kind of, but I'm not the boss of you.
I thank you for your leniency.
Since I'm out in the street, I kind of just want to hide somewhere, like out of sight, just so I can observe. That's kind of what Warren likes to do. He just likes to watch people and figure out what makes them tick. So if he has to get the heck out, he knows what to do. Would I be able to hide? Do you want me to make like a hide check?
Are you so is this like for the people like out and about in general, or specifically like spying on Dade?
Oh no, everyone. Like,
okay.
I want to see what Dade's doing. I want to see what BOPHADES doing. I definitely want to see what that weird dwarf is doing over there next to those bats. And then just also people watch as well. I kind of want to just I want to blend in. I don't want to be part of the crowd. I just want to gather as much information as I can just by watching people, essentially.
Sure. Roll stealth.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
Very nice. Yeah, you're able to kind of like duck and weave and, make your way with your hood up. You're staying pretty... You're not drawing much attention to yourself. You see a strange transaction happen between Sandor buying some bats and asking for grease. It's hard to make out what's really going on with DAEDE. You see him talking to someone, you kind of gather, but you're not entirely sure who/what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of, I don't know. He could be talking to somebody nearby. It's hard to tell because it's a little bit crowded at this marketplace. And you see BOPHADES is watching a puppet show, which looks like a ton of fun. Clapping loudly.
Like not even like the audience clap, just like
aggressively and like almost angrily.
Yeah. But he's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, I definitely want to gather if these are people that I can trust specifically, or if they're gonna kill me in my sleep, essentially. So that's good to know.
As you're like kind of shouldering and sidling your way through, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and it really aggressively like grabs you and just like turns you around.
I freeze immediately as I'm being turned around. Like I'm just in fear at this point.
You like, and it's what appears to be just a human man, and he looks at you and he kind of gets in your face and you're just like, "What are you being so secretive about?"
Just passing through.
No. You're hiding something.
Oh, you're muted. You like your voice cut out. Oh no, you're good. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, he says you're hiding something. You're not walking through.
I mean, it is a market, sir. I'm sure I'm allowed to walk through. Are you a town guard?
No, I am a
constable.
Concerned citizen. What are you, some kind of thief? Are you?
I'm not at all, sir. If you'd like, we could speak to a guard and handle this civilly.
No. First of all, what guards do you even see around?
Well, I'm assuming there's,
At that point, I just assumed there were always guards. I look around. Do I notice anyone that's like dressed as if they would be guards at all, or like something to show like...
Yeah, you see a single person in what appears to be some kind of guard armor that's not walking through the market and kind of standing to the side.
I would take a sigh of relief quickly, not like so audibly that it could be heard, but I point.
Well, there's one right there. Come, let's go ahead and settle this.
He's like,
I begin to walk towards it.
He grabs you by your collar. He's just like, what makes you think you could just walk away from me?
The moment he grabs my collar, am I able to get out of it pretty easily? Would it be like a is he like grapple, like he's trying to forcefully keep me where it is?
Yeah, so if you want to escape, we would do opposing strength checks.
Okay. Can I use acrobatics instead?
Sure.
Okay. So I rolled a 27.
Jesus, okay.
The moment he grabs me, I'm immediately just like, shoot. Damn it. Yeah, that's what would happen. I immediately like somersault, but out of my cloak, essentially. So he grabs my collar, and I immediately like just tumble out of it. So now all he has is my collar. But
Nice.
now I'm literally just kobold exposed to the world, and my eyes just sting because even though the overcast is there, I'm very sensitive to daylight. and you can kind of reveal like I'm a kobold. I'm kind of more of like there's like dragonkin, but my scales have kind of like at this point wilted off because I'm extremely old, and so I kind of look more ratty than I do, like kind of like a ratty lizard sort of. I'm wearing my just like tight traveling clothes, and I have what looked like a backpack. I have the head of a were-rat strapped to my back, and I just kind of like tumble, and I get on all fours, and I look up to him, and I just say, "Sir, I would ask you to calm down."
Oh.
Oh, we lost someone.
Oh no.
We lost someone.
Oh no. Let's give him a second, see if he comes back.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Where'd he go?
Did he lose his internet?
I hope not.
I hope not either. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Do you want to
there
text
he
him?
is.
Hey.
We're getting something. We have a logo.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Oh, Gucci. So, yes.
Yeah, so I'm on all fours, and I just say, at this point, I kind of understand what the situation I'm in, and I just say out loud, "Get your hands off me!"
Does Bophades hear this? Like this happening?
I'm being very audible right now, so
Okay.
yeah, I would literally say,
Mhm.
you know, if you have an issue with me, we can talk to the guard about it, but I'm not causing any trouble.
You do hear that, but really quick before Bophades hears that.
Yeah.
RORN, roll perception.
Okay. Really wish I was good at that. I'm not good at thinking on my feet. I rolled a 4.
Okay. He looks at you. He looks at the guard. A couple people are looking. You're starting to call attention. And he just kind of... Whatever. Not worth my time. And he starts walking away.
I kind of did he take my cloak or did he drop it?
He dropped the cloak.
I kind of like shamefully walk over to my cloak and wrap myself back up in it, put the hood down. Very embarrassed that I've been trying to essentially stay out of the spotlight, and now I'm literally in the middle of it. And I would try to hide again if I could.
Yep. Bophades, you heard this kerfuffle.
Okay, so almost mechanically, he'll just like whip around, and I see. So do I see the guy that was accosting Rorn walking away, or do I just see
Rorn? So you don't really know who to look for because there's a lot of people around.
Right. Sure.
So
But
you could roll perception.
Okay, I'll see what happens.
Actually, perception or insight, whichever's better for you. Oh, right, that's the negative
perception on that one.
Right.
Oh, not great. That's gonna be.
You could do insight if you want.
10. It's gonna be a total of 10.
Okay. Yeah, you heard Rorn was in some kind of distress, and you are drawn, you are magnetized to his despair and need for help.
Okay. I'm gonna like power walk over. Bophades, that's just how he walks. He like full on arms out and walks over to Rorn and, my diminutive friend, are you all right?
I'm kind of bashful because of what happened. I don't like confrontation, and if I do have confrontation, it's because I want to do it on my terms, not on someone else's. So I kind of like just brush myself off, and I look up, and I would say Bophades at this point is a welcome sight because I do need a friendly face at this point. And I kind of give a smile, and I said, "Yeah, Bophades, I'm fine. You've done good." And I kind of like pat him on the leg.
Bophades will kneel down to him and say, "If you ever need help, simply call the name of Bophades."
and he will come to your aid.
I'll remember that. Thank you.
Who was the villain that accosted you?
It's not important. And I do I still see the guy walking away?
He's ducked into the crowd.
So I've lost him. Yeah.
Mhm.
You
You could do one more perception check to see if you got a tail on him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that. I'll do a final like glance around to see if I can spot him.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 19.
Nice. So, with the 19, you have a general sense of the direction he went in because it was only a few seconds ago.
Right.
You can kind of see left over where he kind of parted the crowd to walk through. Also, with that roll, you see that he stole your money pouch.
Ah, damn. I it's gold easy and gold gone, and so for a moment I'm just like, part of me is just like, we need to. I want him to for essentially harassing me. I want someone to take care of it, but at the same time I don't want any more trouble.
Mhm.
So when I go to like point off to where he went, and I was like, BOPHADES, seriously, he's off there, but it's fine. And then that's when I realize my money's gone. And I just go, and I'm just like, damn, ah, God. And then I look at BOPHADES and I point at that, and I'm like, he went into the crowd. BOPHADES, he stole my money.
A coward, a bully, a cad, and a thief. Both of these will not stand for this.
He will immediately walk off in that direction that he pointed.
And then I go, will you allow me to accompany you, BOPHADES?
BOPHADES grabs his hand like a mom pulling a misbehaving kid and like drags him along with.
So I let him do that. But as he does that, so as he's like grabbing my arm, I pull up to hoist myself onto him, and I essentially crawl up his arm, and I kind of ride on his back, and I look at him, and I'm like, and I'm like, he's that way, and I'm trying to get like a good view of where the guy is.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And Sandor and DAEDE, you very much take note of this and hear this commotion going on, and you see RORN on the shoulders of BOPHADES as they march through the crowd, as like a trail parts in the people to make way for whatever the hell is going on here.
I abandoned the quest for the food. I pocket the gold in my coin pouch, hoping that it will just not be brought up again, and then I follow them wherever they're going.
You pouch it and you hear, "Oh, so you're keeping it, right?"
Shh.
And
Poor
Sandor.
Roran's losing all his money everywhere on all investments.
Yep.
I want to see what them two are getting up to.
Okay.
I'll follow her behind them.
Sure. So y'all are trekking through the crowd on a mission, looking for whoever it is that stole Roran's coin pouch, and I'll have. Let's see. One more time, I'll have Roran make a investigation to see if you see him, and then you can point it out to BOPHADES if you spot him.
Okay, I think I'm actually a little better investigation. Nope, I'm actually worse. All right, let's find out.
Cool.
4.
Okay. You have a general sense of the direction they went in, so you're more or less just kind of trekking through, making your way.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have eyes on them yet, and you're kind of walking the cobblestone path through the village of Barovia, and you're just kind of going. You're just kind of looking for them.
Yeah, I just kind of, you'll see me like, I'll kind of like look around and like sniff a little bit, like hoping I'll catch a scent, even though that's never worked for me when it comes to people in the middle of a freaking town.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, would there be a point where we would lose him, or like not lose him, but like how long would the investigation? I guess that's up to BOPHADES at this point. He's the one moving.
Mm-hmm. BOPHADES. Excuse me.
No.
BOPHADES will not rest until crime has been brought to justice.
Okay. So if you're still looking, I'll give you one more investigation check.
Okay. I rolled a 10 this time.
Okay. You spot a figure that somewhat matches the one you're looking for. It was kind of hard to tell because they also were like kind of hooded and in a kind of tattered cloak looking outfit. But you see something that kind of matches what you remember, and you start tailing that. And they,
I would
go ahead.
point. I would just point. Like, BOPHADES there.
Yeah.
So do I see where he's pointing? Do I see the figure?
Yeah, he described it to you.
I'm like, my face is like right next to your face, and I'm like, BOPHADES. Like, you can smell my
Yeah.
terrible breath, and I just point like right forward.
Okay. I immediately go up to. Can I make like a beeline and like tap? Can I catch up to him easily? Like, is he not running?
So it's tricky because you're still navigating through a crowd of people. So you couldn't instantly catch up to him, but you can start like hustling to try and close the gap.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and do that.
All right. You see the figure notices you and sees this kobold on the shoulders of the mighty BOPHADES. He turns back and he starts walking faster.
And I go, the guilty don't walk fast like that.
Yeah.
You are walking too fast for an innocent man.
Yeah, get him, BOPHADES.
BOPHADES will say,
Citizens, part your ways, for justice is about to be dispensed.
You hear there's a few seconds of silence, and then you hear someone like off in the distance just like, shut up.
Justice will never be silenced, neither
All right, that's
will
fine then.
BOPHADES.
Oh, you still had more. Okay. And you keep chasing him down. There's a certain point where the crowd kind of dies out a little bit, and you see him kind of break out of there. And he basically beelines it into a house. And you notice this house has a line outside of it. And he seemed to like kind of like book it and like kind of like muscle and barge his way past someone who was more or less looks like they're like a bouncer outside the door.
okay.
So you see a line of people, you actually see like a rope like holding off the door.
Can I make an insight check to sort of figure out like why these people are online? Like, I'm trying to figure out, are they sickly? Is this like a congregation for a church? Is this like a new tavern that's just opening up and these are patrons?
That
Is
was
there any way-
fast. Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
The last one actually seems to fit the attitude most. Everyone seems healthy and not of any kind of organized like religion type system. It seems like a bunch of just a bunch of random people waiting in a line. And something you notice about the people is they seem much more diverse than the townsfolk in the marketplace and the people at the bar. There's tieflings, there's dragon folk, there's all kinds. And you can kind of gather that it looks like a bunch of people from all around are in this line.
Or Roran's just like, I understand. They burned down the old tavern so they could open a new tavern, and they would have an amazing opening night. Devious, very devious. And I just shake my head, and I went, BOPHADES went in there, but we gotta be careful. There's a lot of different types of people going in here.
BOPHADES only heard he went in there, and then
Yeah, that's fair.
just the rest like kind of trailed off, and he's.
I'm like, BOPHADES, they weren't there, but we have to be. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yep,
I
yep,
guess we're
yep.
on the move.
Yeah.
I'm. God. Now wait. I'll wait. Is there a way that I could like have my dagger out, like I'm ready to strike, but like it hidden. So I'm not like I'm not like waving a weapon around as we're like going inside this building.
So as you approach, you're actually stopped.
Okay.
The person at the door was kind of caught off guard by whoever it is that took your money and just barged past, and then they were brought to attention and sort of like snap back to and see you approaching, and they're immediately just like, hold up there, you're not, no, back it up.
BOPHADES is in pursuit of a criminal.
You just let a thief in. He stole my gold.
Well, that's actually the first time I've heard that one, but you're gonna have to get in line like everybody else, bud. Seriously, come on. These people have been waiting, man.
I
am waiting to dispense justice.
I was like, justice. Yeah, there it is. I knew it. So I just kind of sigh. I'm like, look, I don't care what's in there, but you let a thief in.
Like,
What is this place, anyways?
Well, this is a museum, so you're gonna have to wait like everybody else to see all of the fine things we have on display in this museum. And if you'd like a ticket, it would only cost you 3 silver apiece if you're interested.
Oh, that's a shame. I would love that if my gold wasn't missing. And then I kind of like stand on both of these shoulders with like my paws, kind of like just like a cat that doesn't give a fuck. And I'm just like over both of these head, and I just lean into his face. And I'm just like, so this is what, high class establishment?
Yes. So you're not familiar with the Museum of Mad Mary. Is that correct?
Oh, that's absolutely correct. I'm low class.
It's like, oh, well, if I may. And he kind of like starts to take out what you see as a little pamphlet.
Oh. And I kind of like just tap both of these on the head. I'm like, get the pamphlet.
Is this pamphlet complimentary?
Absolutely. And if you're
both of
interested.
BOPHADES will take it and give it to RORN.
We require entry into your establishment. 3 silver apiece is acceptable.
And I'll read in my coin pouch and give him 3 silver for me and 3 silver for RORN. Because BOPHADES always obeys the rules.
Like the
I guess freaking out.
look at the chat. Just like, it's on fire.
I started it back up. Let's see if that worked.
We're gonna wait.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I do like that everything crashing is just the tavern's on fire again.
The tower's on fire. That's literally what I see.
Nate,
The
you
museum's
can't-
on fire now.
Nate,
We
I'm
good.
sorry.
All right. I think you're good. Everyone's saying we're good.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. The tavern's on fire, but the good kind now.
Yeah, it's the cool fire.
It's the cool fire.
This time everyone's stoked on it.
Yeah, the tavern's on water.
Fire.
You saw what I did there.
I did.
Thank
I
you.
did.
Okay, so back to this pamphlet. So yes, he says, it's like, yes, if you could just get in line now. You know that now that you've paid for your tickets, just wait in line. It's going to be a 15 to 30 minute wait. We have a couple parties that look like they're about done. We just need to make sure they're all wrapped up, and it shouldn't be that long, but we have to tell you longer so that, you know, we don't give you a false hope of how short it is. But go ahead and wait.
I'm gonna let BOPHADES handle talking to him because he's so good with people, and I'm gonna read the pamphlet.
There is a thief inside this establishment. BOPHADES is here to apprehend them.
Well, we have people working inside that I'm sure will find the thief. In the meantime, thank you for your patronage. Hope you enjoy the museum visit.
I will cast command on him.
Ooh, okay.
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
The DC is, I believe, 13.
He rolled a 16.
Raspberries.
Says
Raspberries.
says to you, sir, I don't appreciate that. You're gonna have to bring down the hostility. Okay.
BOPHADES is hostile to injustice.
What am I reading in this pamphlet?
So
I wanna make sure we're not like going into some like blood ritual or something like that.
Sure sounds like it.
the pamphlet reads to check out the fantastic wares and displays of the old blood era. And
Do it. There's the blood.
there's the blood. It's right there.
There's the blood.
It says things along the lines of learn the rich history of Barovia and the many tales that make up this land and what it may or may not have been.
Okay. This is boring to RORN, so he just puts the pamphlet back into his cloak. And then he kind of like leans back up, still on BOPHADES, being like, how's it going? Are we inside yet?
BOPHADES will think for a moment and say,
This is a test of our resolve and patience.
and he goes and gets in line.
And I'm just like, BOPHADES, he's probably long gone. I'll accept the loss of the gold. We should probably get back to everybody else.
BOPHADES will not accept this. Injustice cannot stand.
But I'm really hungry.
Sandor and Dade, are you with them at this point?
Are we?
I assumed yes if you were following them.
Following.
So
Yeah.
Sandor and Dade are also there.
Did we? So did the guys they were chasing just like skip the line and go through the front door?
Yeah,
Or
he
do
kind
they,
of
like...
he kind of barged through and caught the guy guarding the door by surprise. So it doesn't look like he was welcomed in. He
I
kind of
see.
just like ducked in there.
I see. Why are them two chasing after some of these folk?
Apparently, Ron had all of his gold taken from him, unwillingly.
Oh, that's a mighty bad crime.
Yes, it's yeah. So now he's hungry. Is that right, Ron?
What? Oh, did you get bread? Mutton? Anything?
I was distracted by the events of the loud one making his way through the bazaar.
By the way, I'm still on top of BOPHADES, except this time my legs are like over his shoulders, so I'm just like upside down looking at you, like talking normally. And I go, oh, well, that's okay. You did your best. I appreciate it. And I reach my arms out, and I'm just like, I'm probably gonna need my coin back. It's all I have. I give little grabby hands.
I left in the middle of the transaction. Fortunately, I think I can see if I can go get it, but I don't think they will do that. I'm sorry.
So you also had gold stolen from you.
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's a shame.
Dade, the
And
voice
now I'm
says to
hungry
you.
with no gold.
The voice says to you, "Yeah, that's good. That's good. Nice, nice."
Well, Dave, you tried, and that's all I could ask. Thank you for
I really did give it my best.
giving hope to a hungry old kobold.
Oh, and I kind of like rub my stomach a little bit.
How big is this building? Museum.
It's like, it doesn't look like a museum even, which is weird. It's like a 2-story townhouse, just kind of attached to a bunch of other buildings.
I'm going to take out some rations that I actually have in my back, and I'll offer them to everyone. Just like, I do have some dried meats, if that will suffice for the time being.
I kind of like sniff that a little bit, and I go, oh no, you don't have to give me that. And then I just like I go in the back of my cloak and I hold out my own rations. I'm like, I mean, I have food, but I mean, this is like an emergency. If they're rations for a reason. I was hoping to get a proper meal in my belly, but you know, I don't need to eat your emergency rations.
Oh,
But
thank you.
please.
It's so very kind of you, and
Oh,
consider.
wow. Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Do I feel like a small animal could scale this building?
You feel like you'd be curious if it could.
I feel like I'm gonna go around the back where a lot of people can't see me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go ahead and wild shape into a raccoon,
All right.
and I'm gonna go ahead and climb up the back of the building and see if I can jimmy up through a window or something.
Squeak, 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 squeak. So you make your way to the back. What are the stats on those?
I actually don't know if it's like an official thing you can turn into.
Well, I found something, so we're gonna go with that.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and make a dexterity check as you try to scale this. And add
What is my raccoon dex?
+3.
+3. Oh, that's very gone. Ooh, 22.
Okay. You're climbing up the side with no problem, and you find a half-open window.
Nice. I'll just like kind of like peek through,
Okay.
see what I see.
In that room, you see, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see through because it's really dusty. And on the room floor, there's cobwebs. This room seems like really old. This dilapidated room. There's mold growing on the walls. There's torn out pieces of wall. This has just not been well kept. And in the middle, you see an old lady in a rocking chair, rocking back and forth, just staring out the window.
Like the one I'm coming through.
Yep.
Cool. That's not creepy.
Is this the exhibit? Is
I
that the
will
Mary?
enter.
Is this Mary?
I will enter and act like a raccoon to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And see how she reacts to a raccoon scurrying around. And basically, I just want to poke around the room and A, see how she reacts, and B, see if there's anything interesting.
Yeah. You go in and she seems super unresponsive. She's kind of a thinly old lady with a really like dirty, dusty lavender white dress on. Her white stringy hair is pulled up into a bun on the back, and she is looking miles away. She's just kind of rocking and staring off deep in thought.
Okay. Is there anything else interesting to find if I just stay in this room for now?
In this room? No.
Okay.
It's just her
All
in
right.
this room.
I will climb up onto her rocking chair and bite her arm.
Okay. Go ahead and
Jesus.
Not to do damage, but just to see how she
Is she
responds.
coherent?
roll, make an attack roll.
Okay. The raw number is a 13.
Okay. You bite her arm and she screams and like flails you off and throws you out the window.
No,
Whoops.
not the
Well,
And she
That's fine.
she gets up out of her chair and she grabs a broom out of the corner.
Uh-oh. Of course she does.
She goes,
Varmint.
filthy stinking rat in my room. And she starts swatting at you. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Terrible.
goodness.
Oh.
Oh.
At 20.
Ooh, okay. What do you do?
Is there a way out of this room besides the window?
There is an open doorway behind her.
I would like to go through it.
Okay, if you do that, you would provoke an attack of opportunity.
So what are my stats? How much HP do I have?
You have 2 HP.
Good news is, if it does enough damage, you'll just revert back to a normal dude.
Mhm.
Can I disengage?
If you disengage, the way out would be the window, because otherwise you need
So
to.
she's like kind of guarding the door.
Yeah,
What's my AC?
13. It's not bad.
We're gonna risk it for the biscuit.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to run straight through her legs.
She takes a swing at you with the broom. She rolled a 2, so you managed to run between her feet and make a beeline for the door.
Perfect.
And you're out of initiative, so you made it out. Now, as you approach the door, you see that the door is at the end of a long hallway. And at the end of that long hallway, you hear voices, commotions. It sounds like it's the front door where you were waiting in line. But this isn't a long hallway, at the front of which is roped off.
So I'm in the roped area.
Correct.
Is she chasing me or no?
No.
Okay. I want to stay out of sight of people as much as I can, and start looking around. Am I like upstairs? Is that where the room that I went in was?
Yeah.
Through the window? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll check around and see what other rooms might be upstairs and see if I can maybe find the people they were chasing.
So the upstairs doesn't seem like there's all that much to it. It beyond the rope is basically just a like second story deck with a staircase that goes down to the first floor, which you see people moving in and out of. Which at this point, the rest of you, the line moved pretty quick, and you are just now entering the museum.
Okay.
Oh, finally, I'm very excited to see this exhibit. I say it as loud as I can to whoever the bouncer is.
And it's like, yeah, it's a great exhibit, and enjoy.
Well, what's this old blood? And I point to the pamphlet.
He goes, the blood era, right.
All right.
Well, that is a fantastic, interesting story that you can learn in the museum. Enjoy your stay.
Oh, we're going inside. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
BOPHADES did not come to learn. BOPHADES came to bring a thief to justice.
I knew it was going to say justice. I was waiting.
All
Gotta
right.
counter
Well,
it in my head.
well, I'm sure you'll do that, sir. And enjoy your time in Mad Mary's exhibit and museum and in findings.
I whispered to BOPHADES.
I don't like the title Mad Mary. It doesn't sound inviting. A lot of people seem to really want to come in here.
I think it
Maybe
sounds quite
somebody said
exciting.
something mean to Mary, and that made her upset.
You know what? You're absolutely right, BOPHADES. Don't judge a book by its cover. That's what I've always said.
BOPHADES does not read books.
That's what
Such
probably
shocking.
makes sense. Yeah,
Very
that makes a lot of
surprised.
sense. Wow.
Wow.
Well, maybe the thief took a nap while he was in here for the time we were waiting.
Yes, for the 10 minutes we've been waiting in line.
Ah, my gold's gone, isn't it? By the gods, my gold's gone.
Well, you enter, and this definitely appears to be an old house that was very
Mhm.
crudely converted into a museum. Just a couple cheap stands in glass boxes on top of it with ropes in front of them, and just like handwritten like note cards on the front giving descriptions of a few interesting thingamabobs on display. So if you guys want to explore, you can do that. You also notice there's a raccoon in here, which is slightly concerning.
It's an infestation.
Sitting there.
Seems that they have a rodent problem in the museum.
Perhaps this is part of the exhibit.
Okay, thank you. I thought there might be more.
Well, both of these, I think you've been ripped off.
Are there any types of like artifacts or?
Examines his clothes and says,
BOPHADES is intact.
Oh, you're one of those people. All right, I'll try to be more literal from now on.
DAEDE, yeah, there are a bunch of artifacts. Well, by a bunch, I mean there are 4. You see up on display a obsidian-looking statue of some kind of holy-looking figure. It's a man in robes kneeling with his hands out. Also on display, you see on a stand a bone, and at the end of this bone looks to be blue jewels, kind of surrounded by silver.
Okay.
You also see a fancy-looking sword hilt, and there's one more thing on display, and this one seems to be the most roped off, and this one actually has one staff member standing by it.
Is this like the centerpiece of the whole museum?
Mm-hmm. It looks to be a large pendant, what looks like a metal sun with beams coming off of it, and a ruby red gem in the middle of it.
Cool. Are there like little cards?
BOPHADES is keeping his eyes peeled for this shady character. That he that we saw before.
Yeah.
So he's constantly, he's kind of like Kronk sneaking a little bit, you know, kind of like yeah, exactly. He's sort of pulling one of those.
Sure. Roll investigation. See if you see him.
Okay. Oh, actually not terrible. 17.
Nice. You don't see him.
That's a 19 on the dice though.
Ah, you still don't see him.
Okay.
He appears to be not here.
Okay.
But you do see some lovely artifacts on display.
Okay.
And yes, they do have little cards on them, DAEDE, that have a little bit of text.
Okay.
What would you like to do in here?
BOPHADES will walk up to the bone with the jewels in it and say,
RORN, what does it say?
What? What does it say?
On the card, it says Saint Markovia's thigh bone. And then it has some flavor text that's not insanely interesting, but it says, as a youth, Markovia followed her heart and became a priest of the Morning Lord soon after her 18th birthday. And it goes on for a couple more paragraphs.
It's a card about Saint Marcus, who on his their 18th birthday did a thing, and I like squint a little bit, and I'm like, this isn't my gold.
Perhaps we could use this bone for soup.
Well, wouldn't that be stealing?
BOPHADES sort of tries to wrap his head
I
around
got you,
this.
BOPHADES. I knew I'd get you.
BOPHADES sort of thinking,
at this
How
point,
did they acquire the bone in the first place?
Ron starts to think as well.
we're both over here thinking, like,
The morality of a bone. Did not think I'd be doing that today.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these will walk over to the pendant. The pendant has a guard next to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of these will walk over and tap the. Is there like a descriptor box on that too?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tap that.
You tap on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did you? Is there something you need me to read, both of these?
What does it say?
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what we have here.
It says, "The holy symbol of Ravenkind."
Oh, it's a holy symbol of Ravenkind. I haven't seen any ravens around here.
Ravens, a wise and mischievous bird.
What if the thief was a raven?
Perhaps a raven burned down the tavern.
Go. Perhaps a raven's Mad Mary who burned down the tavern so that people can go to her exhibit.
We must tell the city guard immediately.
Well, can we get my gold back first?
Yeah, looking. Yeah, you guys know what he looks like. I don't. Do we? I want to ask someone who looks like they might know, who is Mad Mary and why does she have all these things?
Are you asking?
If there's like if there's like someone who looks like they're working at the museum, like not a security, but like like a curator or something.
Mm-hmm. You kind of gather that the security guarding the holy symbol is also wearing the hat of curator. They seem really reluctant in, like, all their responses kind of start with a it's like, Mad Mary was the woman who previously lived in this house whose daughter was kidnapped.
Oh, you went out.
Oh,
You went out.
no.
No.
You're good now.
Yeah, go and repeat.
Okay.
You're good.
The guy standing there just kind of goes, Mad Mary was the crazy old lady that lived here that claimed that the devil kidnapped her daughter and fell in love, and now her house is a museum, but oh, fuck, I forgot the spiel. Well, this is her house. I don't know.
Oh. And Mad Mary is deceased?
Think so. Probably. That or she's
Maybe.
like 200 or something.
A
Maybe.
murder. Who killed Mad Mary?
No, I think it's quite possible she just passed away in her sleep, actually.
The tavern. Wait, no.
I'm
sorry.
also-
The murder
Continue.
is solved. It was Father Time.
I'm also obliged to say that all deaths during the Blood Era could even have been by the hand of the Devil Strahd.
Of
Who?
Strayed?
Strahd.
Bophades, you know who Strahd is.
They'd roll history for me again.
What does this Ravenkind?
Not much better. 12.
What were you saying, Roran?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry. Continue.
Oh, 12.
So with that, you've read the name Strahd a little bit. All you know is that Strahd is the story of a war hero turned vampire lord.
So I know it to be do I know it to be a story, or do I know it to be something that is true?
Up for debate.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your insight and wisdom. Your name is
Frank.
Frank. Thank you so much, Frank.
Yep.
Interesting. It seems everyone excuse one more thing, Frank. So you mean to tell me that? Do you believe that Strahd was something that happened, or just an embellished story?
Roll just a charisma check for me.
Cocked. Not great. 7.
He goes, I am obliged to say that the stories and legends of Strahd could very much be as true as any other story you choose to believe. Have a good day.
Thank you very much for that. Well, do either of you two make anything out of that? Also, where did the dwarf go?
Yeah, he's been gone a while.
There's just a raccoon up in the rafters.
He like walked around the corner. He said he'd be right back. Oh,
He
maybe
hasn't
he's
been
in
right
line.
back.
He's probably in line, I would imagine. Did he pay for the exhibit?
I mean, I didn't.
BOPHADES reaches into his pocket and holds out 3 silver and gives it to DAEDE and says, "No rule breaking will be tolerated among BOPHADES and his companions."
Quite right, BOPHADES. Quite right. My mistake. I'll be sure to take care of that.
What was this Ravenkind item again? What was that called?
Holy Symbol of Ravenkind.
What does it look like?
It's a metallic silver sun with a red gem in the middle.
I don't usually like to do thieving, but that does look pretty cool. I look around, and I go up to BOPHADES and I go, BOPHADES. That symbol, who do you think it belongs to?
It belongs to the proprietor of this museum.
That's what I thought. And how did the proprietor get it?
BOPHADES thinks for a moment.
Perhaps they found it.
But what if I found it and I point to it just now?
BOPHADES sort of like, the wheels are sort of like,
Then I suppose it would belong. Then it.
Just waiting. I'm
Oh.
waiting for the. I just need the BOPHADES seal of approval.
Come on, BOPHADES, you can do it. Come on, BOPHADES.
Does it have your name on it?
No, but who's the proprietor? I don't see a name on it.
BOPHADES thinks for a moment.
Oh no.
BOPHADES cannot allow you to steal such a valuable item.
Oh, I'm not interested in stealing. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on it.
Are we really having this conversation right now in the museum?
Look, it looks shiny. Do you see that ruby on there?
I do see the ruby, yes.
But if BOPHADES doesn't like it, then I won't do anything. And I just kind of fold my arms and pat BOPHADES.
It's probably a better choice, curator tells you.
Then I look up at the curator. I'm like, why? Oh, I didn't see you there.
Been there
I don't know why I would have. I don't know why I would have told
so
you that
sorry,
in front of
Frank.
you. Yeah, we were just joking around, I suppose. We should look for that thief that stole my gold.
I'm surprised that's not the first thing we did.
We've been doing it. The thief doesn't seem to be around here.
Does not. Just a couple other museum goers, these artifacts, and a raccoon.
Then perhaps describe Frank, we are looking for a perpetrator who has stolen my friend's gold here. Would you mind describing him to Frank? Perhaps Frank has seen them.
Is that to...
That was to
RORN?
RORN.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Frank specifically.
Because Rorn's the only one who's seen the face, right? I've only seen the back of them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I was jumping back and forth. That was my
I
bad.
suppose I could do that. No, I apologize. I thought you were talking to Frank.
Yes. Hello. Frank, was it?
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. We're looking for a burglar, a bandit of some kind who stole a pouch of gold. Came running through here. Might have been in a bit of a hurry since I don't even think the bouncer or guard out there didn't even let him in. Have you seen this individual perhaps run by you? Probably wouldn't be too interested in the history of this place.
Yeah, there was a man who ran up the stairs and out the back about 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. My head just in defeat. I think it's gone. I don't think I don't know why we waited in line. We should have looked for that was all my goal too.
Yes, it probably would have been a smarter move to just, trap him inside so he wouldn't be able to get out. But
No, that would have been a smart move indeed.
the
Hey,
time has passed.
maybe that's what that dwarf was doing when he
Would it be
walked around
safe
the corner.
to assume that that open window I went in is where they went out after hearing this exchange?
Safe to assume, yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go back down to the ground, like basically in between the three of them, and just turn back into a dwarf.
Okay, this raccoon walks to your feet and then
Ah!
Sandor reappears.
Oh, Sandor, we've been missing you. Thank you for joining us.
Sandor, you return!
Think your burglars done run off to the hills.
I've
Oh.
accepted
Which
it.
hill? We will pursue him to that place.
No, BOPHADES, no. It's fine. We did all that we could.
I turn into a raccoon and I climb up the side of the building and I go through a open window and down here this feller said that they went upstairs and went out the back. So I think I went through where they went out.
And you
They're
didn't
long
see
gone
anything?
by now. Well, there was this old lady up there, real ill-tempered.
Perhaps it's Mad Mary.
What? You're so the museum about Mad Mary is Mad Mary's house?
It
And
would
she-
only make sense
and
for her
she's-
to live in a museum dedicated to herself.
Would you live in a museum dedicated to yourself? Isn't a museum suggest they've been long gone though?
BOPHADES lives in the temple
I believe they
Well,
didn't
of
give us any.
BOPHADES.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
I reckon she ain't quite all she may be a little touched if you get my meaning.
Hmm.
Seem
Did
awful
someone
strange.
lay a hand on her?
Oh boy, this one takes everything literally.
Yes, you really have to be right down to it with him. Well, do we? So that's it. We're all done here. No more searching for your gold.
I suppose not, but curious of this woman that he's talking about.
Well, it could be Mad Mary. Frank neither confirmed nor denied.
Oh,
What,
she seemed mad, all right. She done about squished me with a broom.
Hey, Frank!
What?
Frank! Scream out loud.
What?
So, does Mad Mary still live here?
Mad Mary's dead. So
Okay, I figured.
no.
So
Do you
then
have
who's-
any honorary old women in your establishment that lives here?
No.
Ah, it's Mad Mary. It's probably the ghost of Mad Mary. I just say out loud to everybody like, this place is haunted.
It could
Okay.
be. Oh, that would be interesting if it was haunted.
But
I-
very interesting indeed.
Says,
Ghost, you say?
I assure you, this establishment is not haunted. This is simply a museum portraying the rich, what could or could not be history of Barovia.
Let's
What?
Are they
Find
paying you
out.
to say that, or are you a volunteer and just hating it?
BOPHADES is going to use divine sense to know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. Are there any ghosts in this house?
And what's the range?
60 feet.
No.
Okay.
This house is clean.
Well, I bit her
Sandor.
square on the arm. I figure she wasn't no ghost.
Wait, you just interesting.
You bit her on the arm? No wonder she's mad.
I would
That
be
is
upset
why
with
you said she was touched. For
I
you
heard
are the
it.
one that touched her.
Yep, I sure did. Well, she was just staring off through the window like she seen something real interesting out there, but it wasn't really nothing to look at. So I decided to give her a little nibble, maybe snap her out of it, and
But why would you?
oh, she
why-
snapped out all right.
Interesting. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time going through the artifacts and like reading through the cards and just generally trying to put together a story if there is any.
Yeah. Let's see. You take some time to look over the cards. The descriptions aren't too crazy in depth. It's pretty light reading on each of the things. But you gather that the holy symbol of Ravenkind says a platinum amulet shaped like the sun with a large crystal embedded in its center. It says the symbol was rumored to hold special powers during the Blood Era. Let's see. The hilt simply says Sun Sword. It says a unique blade once possessed by Strahd's brother, Sergei von Zarevich.
Hmm.
But aside
Okay.
from that, you don't gather too much.
So there's not. So these are just there's nothing that like would pique my interest or like I don't know. Like it's just very plain. Like there's nothing beyond what there is here.
The main thing that piques your interest is the Sun Sword. It's a hilt, and it doesn't look like it was broken. It just seems like a smooth topped sword hilt, but there's no blade on it.
Okay.
Well, if the thief is gone, and this place isn't haunted, even though you saw a woman and bit on the arm, what should we do then? Maybe we should go back and get some shelter? More right now, it's just down.
What time is it right about now?
It's pretty early evening still. It's like
Okay.
4 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
I mean, I'm kind of curious. Where is this person there, Sandor?
Just upstairs there, kind of in her own little bedroom, I imagine.
Can you open the bedroom? Is
You
it
can get in
roped off?
there. It's roped off. I slipped through because I was a raccoon.
Oh. Excuse me, Frank. And I point to the stairs.
Yeah,
What's up there? What was that supposed to be?
that's for staff members only. Please do not cross the rope.
No, we're not going to. But is it like a break room or something, or like what are we talking about there?
It's for staff members only. Please do not cross the rope.
Okay, but what was that originally? If this is a museum to Bad Mary,
And
what
this
was
is their
that?
house.
Yeah, this is her house. I'm assuming you didn't build a second floor addition. What's up there?
I don't know, man. Probably more house. This is like my 5th day here. I'm just trying.
But you said it was so you haven't even been up there.
I don't know what you want from me, man. I'm just. Dude,
I just-
he's like
I
so
just-
defeated. He's like, "Ugh, I can't deal with this. I need to go. And he storms off very awkwardly.
Is
Well,
there?
I think now's our chance to go up there and take a look. Y'all want to
Wait,
see?
is it- yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious.
Sounds
is there-
exciting. I think we
Is
should.
there anyone else in this room?
There's just a couple other museum goers that are pretty into the artifacts. They're like, whoa, look at that thing. It's like a sun.
Uh,
I want to look at the Sunblade.
let's see. BOPHADES crosses his arms, which is unusual for him, and says, "BOPHADES was asked not to cross the rope. BOPHADES will obey the rules."
But what if we cross the rope, BOPHADES, and you stay here?
BOPHADES finds this acceptable.
All right, we're getting somewhere. All right, we're finding the line.
Upstairs we go then. Yeah,
They might as well.
I think it's a good choice.
I need a little adventure to get me out of losing all my gold.
All right, you go upstairs and you step over the rope. The rope is in front of a long hallway, and you can see at the end there is a doorway on the right wall.
Mhm.
So you go down the hallway. You going into the room?
I want to go to the room.
Sandor, what room were you? Did you see this this
I'll
old woman?
lead them to the room.
Okay.
But y'all, be careful. She about beat me to death with that broom.
Well, you were a rodent, so I would understand that being threatening.
Okay. You go to the
Fair
room
enough.
and you see on the walls cobwebs. This room clearly has not been cleaned in a long time. Like I said, mold across the walls and a rocking chair in the middle of the room. And nobody in it.
Sandor?
Sandor, there's no one here.
Well, maybe she up and left.
That would make a lot of sense.
I mean, I would leave if a rodent bit me as well. Probably have to go clean the wound.
She might have rabies now. Who knows?
Do you
There
have
was definitely an old lady.
Do you have rabies?
do you have rabies, Sandor, or something you're not
might.
telling us?
Anything's possible.
I suppose with that kind of logic, absolutely.
I kind of want to peek in the other doors just to see what
Same.
else is around there. Yeah.
There isn't much else. There's like 2 other doors in the hallway and they are locked.
Oh, you cut out there, Nate.
Oh, sorry. My back.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, there's not much else going on. There isn't really anywhere else to look. And there doesn't really seem to be a way out except for the bedroom door you just walked through straight to the
Mhm.
front door.
So there's nothing up here that we can find.
Mm-mm.
Is it so? The only thing that was in the room was the chair and
There's just like a dresser with the shelves pulled out, a little beat up coffee table, but pretty plain nothing room.
I want to go. I'm going to turn to Ron and go. Watch the door for a little bit. Oh, actually, Sandor, do you mind watching the door for a second? Ron, you might be able to help me. You've got nimble
Not
hands.
at all.
Yeah, sure. What do you need?
I kind of like.
Let's just pick
Wow.
around, see what we find. Something interesting.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and follow. I'll
And then-
follow Dade.
I'm gonna use Mage Hand and just kind of like use it to like sift through the drawers and things.
Well, there's not even drawers in there. It's like
Oh, they've been pulled out.
Yeah, it's like the skeleton of a dresser.
Okay.
So it's been completely empty essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
And-
Hi.
I guess I don't think there's anything up here.
Oh, that's just disappointing.
I was hoping to see like some sort of ghost or something.
Or like claw marks on the floor, or
I think
blood on the ceiling.
I think Sandor's got a few screws loose, honestly.
I mean, it seems that he spent most of his time out in the woods. I would imagine
Yeah,
he's a product of his environment.
that's true. I don't think there's an old lady here.
No, oh, you meant on that? Yes, no, there's definitely no old lady here. I think you might have been seeing things.
I think he fabricated it. All right then. Well, let's head back downstairs and see what's going on. I kind of want to see some of those artifacts,
Yes, they're quite interesting.
especially the what did you say you saw? A sun blade?
Sun sword.
Sun sword
Sun sword. Yeah,
with no. It's just a hilt.
just a hilt. No breakage either, though. It's just a hilt. It's either expertly removed or was it never there to begin with.
Interesting. All right then. And I'll just kind of walk out of the room.
Oh, go back.
Go.
I suppose.
Everyone's going back down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You head back down and you hear commotion outside. You see a group of people, like you see heads of a large group gathered through the windows, and you hear a lot of hustle and bustle.
Does it sound as chaotic as it was when the tavern was about to be lit on fire?
Oh.
No, it doesn't sound like as hectic or panicked. It's it seems like they're all gathered around watching something.
What's going on over here? BOPHADES, what did you see? What's going on?
You're mute.
You're BOPHADES.
BOPHADES is muted.
BOPHADES is muted.
Finally.
Sorry.
Finally.
Sorry. BOPHADES didn't see or hear any, or did he just start to hear like a crowd gather outside?
Were you were waiting on the first floor, right? You weren't
I was
outside?
like literally in front of the rope. Like I would not cross the rope. Just
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah. As you saw them start to gather, and you're starting to hear it as the rest of the party is coming back from the back room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you don't really know anything.
Yeah.
BOPHADES is unaware, but perhaps investigation is called for.
Yes, lead the way, BOPHADES.
BOPHADES does
BOPHADES.
that with gusto.
I trusted your investigation skills, BOPHADES.
All right, you go outside, and literally 4 or 5 steps in front of the door to the museum, there's this wall of just people. It is this packed crowd, and you hear just a lot of people talking, like kind of gathered up, like what happened, and people are trying to figure out what's going on. They kind of saw a crowd and gathered to the crowd and are just like, why are we in a crowd? What's going on? But you can see, for those of you who can get enough height over the crowd, you can kind of see it stops a good like 40 people up. And there's some kind of center of attention going on there.
Well, let's make our way up.
Yeah, let's just keep going. Like
Let's
see
do
what's
this,
going on.
yeah.
Okay,
I hop on BOPHADES' back.
Mm-hmm.
great. So how do you want to try and cut through this crowd that's all trying to see what's going on?
Standing on BOPHADES' shoulder, is there any way that I could see like past the
Yeah,
crowd
over the
what's
crowd.
happening?
Can I just hold him up like a baby? Like
Oh,
a
that's a good
Simpsons
idea.
situation?
Yeah, hold me up. Hold me up as high as you can.
Someone scream fire.
Shit. It's still not quite high enough to see what's going on. But what you can
Throw
gather
me.
from
I'm kidding.
that,
I'm kidding. No, don't worry. Don't.
what you can gather from that is you were able to get more vantage and see the front of the crowd, but you still weren't able to see what it is they were looking at. So you can gather that it's something like on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, something on the ground?
Yeah, because you couldn't see what they were looking at, but you were able to get a different angle and see farther up, and you still
So
weren't able to really see.
everyone's looking at something on the ground.
Yeah.
I kind of look down and I go, "Oh, they seem to be staring at something that's on the ground. And I don't know. The only thing that usually causes this kind of commotion is a dead body, probably."
BOPHADES looks at the ground and says, "All BOPHADES sees is dirt."
No, BOPHADES. No, and I just kind of tap his head. I
Oh.
go, "Farther there, farther down there. Everyone's gathered around."
I'm going to start making my way, pushing through,
Mhm.
and just go, "Oh no, 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 no! Don't let it be true! No, please, I have to see!" And just trying to push people out of the way.
Okay.
I'll just follow behind him because I feel like he's clearing a path.
Yeah.
We might need you both for these. Let's follow.
BOPHADES will follow
Yeah.
exuberantly.
So you managed to kind of cut through the crowd and weave your way. After a couple minutes of all this commotion, you find yourselves kind of at the front lines, and you look over somebody's shoulder and you see two people kneel down. What appears to be a cleric and another medical professional, as they are pulling a white sheet over what looks like a body, a humanoid person. But you notice that there's an odd thing about the body, in that you actually can't tell if they're dead. Their body is completely stiffened and straightened out. Their eyes are wide and staring off like 1,000-yard stare. And their teeth, which is the strangest thing, are making a weird spastic clatter. Just kind of.
Yeah.
Like shivering teeth type of thing.
Kind of. But
Kind of like those toy teeth that just kind of keep going on and on.
But
Like
it's not like rhythmic. It's like spastic and random.
right. Oh god. Okay.
And you spot that just as they pull the covers over their face.
Rorn definitely seizes a little bit. Like, that's not good.
I just to one of the clerics, I go just like, I'm so sorry. I work for the next of kin. I'm just curious. What has happened here?
Roll deception.
I rolled a 6, but that's an 11.
The cleric looks to you and says, "I'm not sure what you're getting at or what you're trying to get out of this, but there's nothing to see here. This woman has passed from age. And we're very sorry if you did know her, but..."
I'm gonna roll an insight on that.
Yeah, please
that sounds like absolute bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I recognize an arcane effect as well on this body or something.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, that's not true.
If I walked up to this body and touched it, would anybody stop me?
Yes. The cleric and the other fella tending to the body would absolutely try to stop you. They're like wrapping it up and they're gonna put it on.
Did I see the state that the person
Yeah,
was in?
you all saw it.
Honey, hold on just a minute. I think I might be able to do a little something and help this young lady out.
Yes, there's nothing to help with there. It's very unfortunate, but their time was on them. But
I'm gonna just force through if I can.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I literally want to walk up to them and cast Lesser Restoration.
Yeah. Nothing happens.
so
That's
they
not
are not paralyzed.
Something's
It does
up.
not. Whatever's happening does not appear to be something that lines up with the restoration.
Could I make a medicine check?
Yeah.
Okay. 12.
You ain't never seen it. Anything like that.
This is
Actually, I
nothing-
have a.
This is
I'm
nothing but a
proficient in
regular-
medicine. I'll try that too.
Sure.
Whew. 24.
Okay. You still ain't seen nothing like that.
I ain't never seen nothing like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I believe him. He's very confident about that statement.
BOPHADES has never seen anything like this before.
I've never seen anything like this either.
And that's where
They're
we'll stop.
lying.
Ah, no.
Ah. Well, thank you guys.
Hey,
sleight of
thanks for
hand
having
clerics
me.
next.
No, thank you guys.
Yeah,
No,
that was
thank
super
you
fun.
guys.
So for those watching, we're going to continue these Mondays 6 p.m. We're keeping to that for foreseeable few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Dope. So first of all, we are now at $2,024 of our $10,000 goal, which is great.
Amazing, thank you.
We are aiming for 10,000 for direct relief to COVID-19 to try and combat all the chaos that's going on. We're already a fifth of the way there. So if we can get to that goal by the end of this campaign, that would be absolutely amazing. If you want to donate, the link is in the description. And also I'll be tweeting and posting about it as well. So before we go, if anyone has anything they want to talk about or plug, the floor will be yours. And we will start with Dan and then popcorn it once you're done.
You can find me at the Dan Rudd, and go check out my band. Just search Boy Hero anywhere, your preferred music platform, or yeah, just check it out and let me know what you think.
Now popcorn.
Oh, popcorn Octo.
Hey, what's up? I'm Octo. You can find me at angelfire.com/2457855%/directory/octo.html. If anybody wants to buy that rainbow paintbrush on Neopets, seriously, send me an MSN Messenger about it. Popcorn Brett.
You know what? Twitch.tv/BrettUltimus for some fun variety streaming. Like I said, we're playing Animal Crossing right now, but we've got a lot of other games we're gonna be playing this week as well. Bloodborne, Satisfactory, World of Horror, it just any game. Whatever I feel like, I freaking play it. Also, I've got raccoons everywhere on my stream, so make sure you check it out. Popcorn Octo. No kidding. Popcorn Hunter.
Seriously, 7 million Neo points or nothing.
I didn't know that.
I'll trade you my Darrigan paintbrush. I'll trade you that.
Ooh, hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'll plug something when I have something to plug, but if you want to follow the chaos that is my Twitter, it's at DookieShed. It's memes and stream of consciousness ranting, so you know.
It's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm working with.
Right on. Well, thanks again, guys. Thanks everyone for watching, for donating, and then we will see you next week for more Plague Winds of Ravenloft. Bye, y'all.
Sounds good.
Penguins of Ravenloft.